come with me as I go to my local Dollar Tree in search of some cleaning supplies. Yes, you heard me right. I'm going to go straight to the cleaning aisle and I'm going to grab one box of these 360-degree dusters. They come 3 in a pack, and I cannot wait to show you what I did with it. All right, first things first, though, we want to get some freehand skates drawn here on 2 pieces of cardboard. If you freehand and if you're nervous about it, don't be. You can always erase it. I had to do it a couple of times. Just keep erasing and do it as you need. So I'm just going to freehand a couple of skates. First one, I'm just going to do it literally freehand. And then once I cut it, I'm going to use my blade knife. My suggestion for this, make sure you have a nice, very sharp blade knife. It makes a huge difference. All right, so once I cut the first one, I'm going to use that first one as a guide for the second one. And that way, they're both going to be as close as possible to the same shape and size. Once I had them cut, I am going to paint the blade in this metallic silver. You can also use aluminum foil if you do not have any metallic paint. This one is from Artisa. It's just one I had here forever and a day. I'm finally going to use it, and I'm just going to give it one coat. I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. For the actual skates, I'm going to cover them in this beautiful burlap fabric. It has a buffalo check style. I loved it. Now, if you have any fabric you want, go for it. If you have craft paper, go for it. Whatever you need to cover it, you can even paint them. It's fine. Use whatever you have. I'm going to Mod Podge it right onto the skate. And then once I had them completely covered, now I did have to cut just a piece off of it. It was so curled that it was lifting it up for me. I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. And then I'm going to add a huge, thick, large amount of Mod Podge right on top because the burlap fabric is thick. And I want to make sure that it stays split. Once dry, I am going to cut it. Just cut off the excess using blade knife, rotary cutter, scissors, whatever you have. This blade knife is amazing, and I got it on Amazon, and I do have it on my Amazon store, so check it out. It is linked down below in the description box. So after I cut off the excess out of both skates, it's time to then add the little fuzzies from the top. This makes it look just so good, very warm and fuzzy. So I'm going to use that duster. They come 3 in a pack, as I mentioned, and we're just going to need one of them. And what you want to do is you want to split them in half because it has like a little pocket in the center to make sure you put in the wand. This time we're just going to open it up and split it into 2. Then we're going to add hot glue and add them to the top of each skate. Aren't these just the cutest? I love using these dusters. All right, you could also use a dusting mop. They work well. These little shelves come with this rope that I have used many, many times before and always kept the little rope. We're going to use them to create laces for my skates. So I'm just going to zigzag it about 3 times on the front of the skate, all the way to about the mid portion, and then do it all the way up again, crisscrossing it. Then I'm going to make a very simple bow, hot glue it to the top of the laces, and I did the same thing on the second skate. I think this added a touch of texture and just one more level of detail that I think could also not be placed, but if you do it, it just takes it to a whole new level. Once I had the laces in place, don't they look so cute? I'm going to hot glue both skates together. You don't have to do this part. I like doing it because they kind of stick together. All right, so now I'm going to add some greenery and pine cones. This is just going to add color, texture, just a festive touch. I did the same thing on both, and we're going to add one more piece of that rope with hot glue as well as a piece of masking tape, and that's it. I gotta tell you, I love these skates. They're so cute and cozy and festive, but what do you think? For the next Dollar Tree DIY craft, I want to take these golden frames you can find pretty much year round in the frame section at Dollar Tree. I grabbed 3 of them and I'm going to remove, of course, the plastic and everything else from it, including the little clips. We're not going to need them. And I did the same thing on all 3 frames. Once you have them, you're just going to want to start placing them kind of like on top of each other. Just look for whatever shape you like. I figured it out which one I wanted. So then once I had it, I'm going to take hot glue and just hot glue them to each other. Just kind of see where they touch each other, add hot glue. You can also, which is what I did for the second one, just mark with a pencil where it lands, and that way you know exactly where to place glue. This was the easiest one yet. Once I have all 3 frames attached, they attached really well because they're made out of like a foam. Really good. All right, I'm going to add some greenery. This is where you can add any decor you want. You can have as much fun as you want. After I added the greenery, I'm going to add some ornaments from Dollar Tree, some picks, and just have some fun. So we're just about done, and I'm just gonna, like you see here, I'm just gonna add this wired bead garland. I curled it a bit and added a couple of them, but look how cute this looks. I don't know why they look different tone. I think it's the way the lighting is hitting it, but it is absolutely gorgeous. For the next Dollar Tree DIY craft, I'm going to take this Dollar Tree Plus tray. It's $5 in their Plus section, and I love the detail that it has on the edge, and I love that it is planked. So I'm going to stain it using this glaze by Rust-Oleum. It's in the brown tone, and I thought at first I could just use a sock, and it was working, but not very effective. So I just decided to brush on the glaze and then remove the excess with the sock or any rag you want. And I did this on the inside, the walls, the outside, the bottom, all over the place. Once dry, I'm going to take this ribbon. Now, this part you can skip if you want. It is completely optional. I'm going to wrap it around the handles. This is just going to add a pop of color, a pop of a festive style, and adding a little bit of hot glue in the beginning and the end really worked well. And then I did the same exact thing on the other side. I'm going to add these little felt pads to the bottom. That way it won't scratch any surfaces. And I'm just going to take a medium-sized one, cutting into 4, and then adding 1 in each corner. Now it slides nice and beautiful, and it's perfect. If you have a cutting machine, go ahead and use your cutting machine. But if you do not, this is how you can do this. We're making a Santa tray. So I'm going to grab a chalk marker. This is just one I had from Artisa, but I believe Dollar Tree has them as well. A white one or any color you want. I'm going to grab something circular and make a round circle. This is where the milk cup is going to go. And then I'm going to take this wooden piece from Dollar Tree, trace it. We're going to put carrots right here. And you can do whatever you want. Anything you have at home that you can use to shape these, use it. Here's a booklet from an instructional booklet that I had. I'm going to use it to place our cookies. So the next thing I want to do is on the little empty space, I'm just going to add a cute little Merry Christmas stencil. This is one I already had from last year. It's a reusable mesh stencil, and I'm going to stencil it using white chalk paint. And this is just going to add just a cute little words and just something to fill in that little area. You can add stickers. You can add whatever you want. It's your project. Have fun. All right, so now I'm going to freehand the milk and cookies and carrots. But again, if you have a cutting machine, definitely use it. So much easier and precise, and it looks way more professional. But for purposes of showing you how to do it without a cutting machine, I'm going to do it myself. And that's it. Look how beautiful this looks. I love the way it turned out. And how fun would it be to have this in your home? What do you think? For the next Christmas DIY craft, I'm going to take these wooden blocks. These are ones that we got for Christmas. They are from Artisa, and I got them on Amazon, but I know Dollar Tree has some other ones similar to these. So again, use whatever you have. I'm going to drill a hole on several of them. I want to spell the word joy and the word peas. But first thing I want to do is drill the hole through each one, and then we are going to paint them white. So I am going to use my drill to drill the hole and then some white chalk paint to paint them, and I'm going to do all sides of them. Friends, I would love for you to consider joining my email list. I email once a week with upload updates as well as any new news from my channel. So check it out. It is linked down below. All right, so once you have them painted, just let them dry. They dry pretty quickly. Now I'm going to freehand again the word joy and the word peace, one letter in each block. You can use whatever words you want. You can even customize it and put your kid's name, your grandkid's name, whatever you'd like. You can also use your cutting machine if you have one. All right, so now I'm going to take some red ribbon. This is rope style ribbon from Dollar Tree. I'm going to make 2 little cute tassels. These are going to be nice and small. I'm just going to roll it around several times, tie it in the center. Then I'm going to fold it in half and then tie it on the top. I'm sure you've seen many tassels being done before. So once I have it tied, I'm going to cut off the little loops and then cut off all the strands so they match in size. And again, I did this twice because we want to have 2 of them. Now I'm going to take a longer piece and I'm going to make a strong, tight knot on the bottom and thread the other side through a stitching needle. And now we're just going to thread each little block, making a knot in between each one, leaving about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch in between each block. I did the same thing. The first one is for the joy one. I'm just going to thread each block and then the final J. Once I have it to the top, I'm just going to knot it, and then I'm going to knot it into a loop. That way, this is where we can hang it from. I'm going to cut off the excess ribbon, and then I'm going to hot glue that cute little tassel right underneath. I'm going to add some greenery and a pine cone just to add some color and texture, and I repeated the process for the other one, and look how cute this looks. Oh my gosh, this would make a great gift. What do you think of this one? Alright, if you want more Christmas DIY craft inspiration, check out this video, click on it. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye!